One situation, two different reactions, two very different consequences. Today, I will be discussing a video Malaysian video involving a road rage incident where a trader was later fined 5,500 ringgit for his aggressive behavior on the road. In the video, the conflict happened between two drivers during a traffic situation. What may have started as a mere misunderstanding quickly escalated into a head confrontation. One of the drivers reacted aggressively, and the situation became intense enough to attract public attention and eventually legal consequence. This case is a clear example of interpersonal conflict in everyday life, showing how poor communication and uncontrolled emotion can turn a small issue into a serious problem. This incident can be classified as an interpersonal conflict because it involves direct interaction between two individuals. It's also a relationship conflict as the issue moved beyond the traffic situation and became personal. The conflict can be explained through a chain reaction process. It began with a trigger, which was a small traffic issue. Displayed perception, where one driver assumed that he was being disrespected. That perception created strong emotion, especially anger. When anger strengthened, ego became involved, creating a need to defend pride. As a result, the situation escalated into aggression, shown through confrontation. Finally, it led to serious consequences, including a legal fine and public exposure. There's several reasons why this argument happened. Firstly, emotional triggers play a major role. Road environment often create stress, impatience, and frustration. When someone feels disrespect or challenged, especially in public, that can influence behavior. Instead of staying calm, the individual react with anger. Secondly, there may have been misunderstanding. One driver might have assumed that the others act intentionally or disrespectfully. This perception bias can cause people to respond defensively without understanding the real situation. Finally, there was no active listening or attempt to de-escalate the conflict. Both parties were focused on defending themselves rather than solving this problem. As a result, what started with a small misunderstanding led to public embarrassment and legal consequence. As a public service message, this incident teaches us the importance of emotional intelligence and effective conflict management. Firstly, we should practice emotional regulation. When we feel angry, we should pause, take a deep breath, and think before reacting. A few seconds of self-control can prevent serious consequences. Secondly, we should use constructive communication instead of aggressive communication. Assertive communication means expressing our feeling kindly and respectfully, without attacking the other person. For example, instead of shouting, we can explain our concern in the controlled tone. Thirdly, active listening is important. Before reacting, we should try to understand the other person's perspective. Sometimes conflict happens because simple misunderstandings. Finally, we must adopt a win-win mindset. On the road, there's no need to win. The goal should be safety and mutual respect. Choosing to stay calm benefits both parties. By applying the strategies, conflict can be resolved peacefully without escalating into legal or public issues. In conclusion, these fire range incidents show how unmanaged emotions and poor communication can damage relationships, reputation, and even lead to financial penalties. Conflict is a normal part of life, especially in stressful environments like traffic. However, how we manage conflict determines the outcome. From this case, we learn that emotional control, empathy, and respectful communication are essential skills in maintaining social harmony. Before reacting in anger, we should ask ourselves, is this worth the consequence? By practicing patience and effective communication, we can avoid unnecessary conflict and create a safer, more respectful society. Thank you.